Hi everyone, welcome to our module 4. So there's not a lot going on in this module, but obviously it's very important. It's all about submitting our first major project, the autoethnographic essay. And so first thing you're going to need to do is review that assignment and all of the instructions to make sure that you have everything that you need to. And also I'm going to open this submission page up. Make sure that you look at this, and this is going to look a little bit different because on yours it will have a little check mark that okays the turn it in, and then the submit button will show up. So I can't do that because I'm not a student, but I want to encourage you to go down here and review the rubric. This is exactly what I'm going to be using as I assess and measure and give you feedback on your draft. So make sure, first of all, that your essay is focused on the behavior that you identified. That's going to be the main topic of your paper, not the community, not yourself, not just how it impacts you, but on the behavior of the people within that community. Also, make sure that you include a thesis statement in your introduction and then remind the reader of it in the end, and everything in the essay, all of the stories and the experiences and the evidence. Make sure everything is connected to that thesis, that you explain how it connects to that thesis. Go back to my videos in our module 3 and review all about thesis statements. Then make sure that you also, in your introduction, let your audience know what community of people that you're looking at. Okay, remember the community is just the means to the end. So don't spend a whole lot of time talking about, the community and its history or what it looks like and all that kind of stuff. But your reader does need to have this. They do need to have the context of the community so that they can appreciate what you're talking about. Also, storytelling as evidence. Make sure that they are told with, at least one is told with concrete detail, written as a scene, that it shows the reader what you saw, that they can envision what you saw, what your witness, when you witnessed this behavior, so that your reader can see it based on your storytelling. And then those stories are coupled or followed with explanations on what they mean or what they're supposed to show. Okay? Your reader is not going to understand the connections unless you explain those connections to them. What seems obvious to you will never be obvious to your reader. All right, and then you've got your sources. 1 or 2 at the very most. I would stick to 1 because we're going to need lots of sources for our next project. So whatever, just make sure that you bring them in, that they're integrated into the writing. Paraphrasing is best. When you paraphrase information from a source, if there's a short phrase that is quote worthy, then bring in quotes. But make sure you follow those with explanations on why you're bringing in that source or that information or that data. Let the reader know what's going on. Right here, a complete narrative arc. That just means that it flows from beginning to end. There's an introduction, there's the middle argument, and then there's a conclusion. Don't just stop writing and forget that conclusion. That conclusion is an important section or even just paragraph where you remind the reader of the thesis and you kind of wrap up everything and remind them why this all matters. Keep the reader in mind. This is supposed to be written for Paradise Valley students, so you don't want to talk too formally or clinically. Make sure you don't sound robotic. Heaven forbid, don't you dare use AI to generate the writing of this. Talk to them. Write it as if you're writing it to friends. And then here's just the details. The length requirement, MLA formatting. If you have formatting questions, check our formatting module that have all the handouts and everything. If you have a specific question, you can always send me a note and ask me. But just look over that, okay? Let me know if you have any questions, but have a great week.